Today we are going to learn about a relative density. In previous classes, we learned what is density. Density is mass per unit volume, and density is denoted by symbol rho. What are its units? SI units. For per mass, it is kg, and for per volume, it's meter cube. In CGS, it is gram per centimeter cube. Okay, so for example, if we want to find out density of iron with compared to density of gold, then what we are going to do? First we will find out density of iron, and then we will find out density of gold, and we will compare both, and then we will decide which one is denser. In the same way, if we want to find out which one is denser between iron and mercury, again we already know the density of iron, then we will again find the density of mercury, and we will compare both of this. In the same way, if you want to find any material's density, whether it is greater than the other substance which we are comparing, we have to find both substances' density and we have to compare both. This is a hectic process. So what we are doing is, here we are relating density of a substance to a standard reference. Here the standard reference is density of water at 4 degrees centigrade. First, what we will do is we will find out density of water at 4 degrees centigrade, that is 1000 kg per meter cube or 1 gram per centimeter cube. It is the standard reference density of pure water at 4 degrees centigrade. And what we will do is we will find density of any substance with reference to density of water at 4 degrees centigrade. For example, density of copper, the relative density of copper with reference to water as a standard reference is 8.79. The same way, ice is 0.91, gold is 19.3. Obviously, water is 1. Here we are referring to this 1 gram per centimeter cube. And again, iron is 7.8. So we already found the relative density of all these substances with reference to water at water's density at 4 degrees centigrade. Now we can easily compare density of copper with ice. The same way, gold with iron and gold with copper and so on. So it's been easy. So that is why we took a reference, that is density of water at 4 degrees centigrade. First we will compare the density of any substance with density of water at 4 degrees centigrade, which are these values. These are called relative densities of these substances, except water and ice. Obviously we are comparing with water, so except ice, all these densities, all these relative densities are more than the relative density of water. Here from this you can say that okay, what are the substances that will float in water and what are the substances that will sink in water? Simply you can say the relative density of the substance is greater than 0 and less than 1, it will float. If the relative density is greater than 1, it will sink because its density is density. Because its density is more than water, so it will sink in the water. Now, for example, if you take iron needle, will it float in water or will it sink in water? Because iron's relative density is 7.8 and water is 1 and it is greater than 1, iron needle will sink. Okay, now you can get a doubt here. Needle is made up of iron and it will sink in water. What about the ships made with iron? Will it sink or will it float? Obviously, we know ships will float on water. That's how we transport anything on water. But how is it possible? Because ships made with iron or ships contains any iron substances like containers. Because these containers or ships made with iron, their density should be more than water. So why they are floating? Here you have to understand that the most important point here is the ship's shape. It is hollow shape. And another thing, water displaced. Okay. Water displaced means if the density of water displaced by the ship, strength of the ship is greater than the average density of ship. So density of water is greater than density of ship, means average. So obviously if the density of water is greater, then the substance will float on water. That is why the ships made with iron or any substance, any metal whose relative density is more than water will not shrink, majorly because they have hollow in shape. The water displaced by the ship will be greater than the average density of ship. And sometimes you can see that if the water enters into the ship will sink because I already told you they are hollow in shape. The space in the ship will be occupied by air. Air's density is less than water. So with the density of air, the average density of ship will be less than water. If it is less than water, then the ship will float. So when the water enters into the ship, the air will be thrown out of the ship and the density will be more than the water and it will sink. That is called relative density. Okay. I hope you have learned something from this video. Thank you.